I watched Life on your recommendation. And I haven't watched Roma yet.
I didn't recommend Life. I was talking about Life being similar to Alien. But
It's terrible.
it's not terrible.
Not terrible, but it feels so pointless when it's like, hey, you remember that film Alien that everyone loves? Yeah, well, we did it, except it's white now, and it's not from the 70s.
Odd cast as well.
Ryan Reynolds dies. So my friend was like, oh, the Ryan Reynolds one, and I wouldn't. If somebody said, "Oh, I watched Life," I wouldn't be like, "Oh, the Ryan Reynolds one," because he dies so quickly into that film.
What's her name? Rebecca Ferguson.
Yeah, or Jake Gyllenhaal.
Or Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
But I was so convinced that when he died, I was like, "Oh, he's going to come back as like a big weird zombie monster thing."
I thought the alien was going to like
puppeteer him.
Yeah, puppet him.
That would have been cool.
I like the bit as well with the guy in the wheelchair guy, paraplegic, and then it's latched onto his leg. That was a nice reveal.
It gave me shivers.
There's like some good bits.
Yeah.
But it's definitely...
It's an okay... Like that, the tension thing where it's got like his hand, and then it slowly just starts... And I was like...
Yeah, not cool.
It's all right.
It's all right. I need to watch Roma, though.
Oh, I hate you so much.
I watched Life over Roma. But it's because Life's my it's my cup of tea. The sci-fi.
The simpleton kind of film.
No, like sci-fi. Aliens, like that. All I know about Roma is that it's 1, foreign language film, and 2, has a circus in it.
I mean, have you not heard about the alien scene in Roma?
Is going to ask you seriously, I'm going to ask you this once. Is there an alien scene in Roma, Gav?
Go watch it and find out.
There's an anal probing scene right after the circus.
Speaking of aliens, should we talk about this week's topic?
Which is?
Captain Marvel!
We're going to do a review of Captain Marvel. We're going to have a spoiler-free section. And in a spoiler section.
As well as our usual nonsense and general
we'll
chat about the
talking
Marvel
about
universe.
Like Stables or something like that. I don't know.
Stables are weird.
Do you want to get into Stables right now?
Well, if you think...
I find it big. They're like flats for horses.
No, but they're not because they're drafty and cold. I feel like it's odd that if you're going to... Like farms in general, I feel like, oh, we've got a bunch of animals. Pigs get kept in like a warehouse which is heated, I think. Chickens, they get their little...
I mean, you should know this. You're the vegan guy. So
chickens get their little huts. Chicken huts.
What
free-range chickens do?
Yeah. What century do you live in? You think chickens get little huts?
I've seen chicken run.
And?
They live in their huts.
They also fly a plane. That's not real. You fucking donkey.
All right, Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Just drop into it.
Play the intro.
It's Meandering Movies. It's Meandering Movies. It's Meandering Movies. So won't you lend an ear?
Hi guys, welcome to the Meandering Movie Podcast. I'm Gary.
And I'm the big soft thing. Let's have a soft I'm the big soft reset, Gavin.
Do you want to go once more?
One more.
This is it. Whatever you go with, staying in this time.
If that stays in, I'm going to gut you in your sleep.
Hi guys, welcome to the Meandering Movie Podcast. I'm Gary.
And I'm the big sweetie starbursty love that is Gavin.
Starbursts are vegan, we now know.
Yeah, no.
Today's episode, like we said, we are going to talk about Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And should we just fire in?
Well, for some context, we're just going to do a free section.
Yeah, we'll do a spoiler
and then a spoiler section. But we'll make it very clear when we're moving into spoilers because we want to keep it. We want some people to be able to listen, and then you can come back later
if you haven't seen the film.
If you haven't seen the film,
we don't want this to ruin it for you.
Yeah,
yeah,
because there's definitely some stuff that if you were to know about it before going into the film, it would really affect the experience of the film.
So, Captain Marvel is the latest MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe film.
Is it the 22nd? 21st. 21st Marvel.
And yeah, Brie Larson is taking the lead role of Captain Marvel.
Or Carol Danvers.
Not Kamala Khan, which is a shame.
Sure.
Kamala Khan's is Miss Marvel, who is a superhero with stretch powers, but she loves Carol Danvers, the superhero celebrity, so she takes her superhero name, Miss Marvel.
There you go. You learned something new every day.
And a bit of comic trivia for you.
By tomorrow, you could retell me that fact, because I'll definitely forget it. So
Kamala Khan. It's good.
You can't just... You and Audio do this thing where you just say a name to me and expect me to know things from...
I explained who Kamala Khan was.
I know, but tomorrow I want you to re-explain it and I'll... Get on with it.
Carol Danvers, who is Captain Marvel. from the early trailers, I don't know. I didn't watch much of the trailers. I went back and watched one now. So from the early trailers, if you've seen the trailers, and this will probably be the as far as we go, as far as spoilers go, we'll whatever's said in the trailers probably are cut off. The Skrull seem to be invading Earth, and Captain Marvel kicks their asses.
Yeah, she comes and kicks their butts.
But she doesn't know where she's from.
But she does it in a powerful female way because she's a powerful female.
Which is good. And yeah, it's a solid point. This is the first female-led
MCU film. Which stands for Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I did that.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I think I did that. I'm sure I did.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Shows how much I listen. Not even I listen to this podcast, and I'm on it.
So I mean, yeah, you know what? I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
Really enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good film. I thought it was a good film. The first 20 minutes, I felt. Is this part of the spoilery bit? Nah, not really. I think, yeah, generally.
General outline of thoughts.
The first kind of 20 minutes I thought were quite strangely like they were just trying to cram a bunch of shit in so that you had as much context as possible. And it's this funny kind of, I think I know why, because the film's set in the 90s.
Yes.
And obviously the MCU is kind of set today /
primarily, but
kind of in the future.
Some of the films,
just a little bit.
Like
they jump back and forth, but it's this kind of funny thing of, oh, we need to give you as much context as possible for this character because up until this point, even though there have been 21 other films, nobody has ever mentioned Carol Danvers, who apparently was kicking around in the 90s, and as we know, as from the trailer, with Nick Fury, with Sam Jackson himself,
and Coulson.
Yeah. So it's like, here's a bunch of story, because we have to just give you as much context as we can, as quickly as we can, before we can get to the good bulk of this story. So I kind of thought the first 20 minutes were rushed, to say the least. Or maybe they were overcrowded, whatever, one or the other. But after that, once they got into the meat of it, yeah, I enjoyed. I thought it was good.
You settled in and you enjoyed yourself.
Enjoyed the ride. Did have a problem with the... I can't... Everyone else I saw the film with said it was fine. So maybe it's just me and I'm getting glaucoma. I don't know. I thought it was a really dark film. Not all of it. Not the bits when they're on, Earth and they're in the, like the desert and things like that. But on the majority of the spaceships, I was struggling to kind of keep up with the action.
Here we go.
Spoilers, this movie has spaceships, just in case.
Yeah, but she's in space. That's a trailer thing.
Really? You turned your mic on to say that?
I'll cut it.
Okay, good. My thoughts in the film will then play into your point there of it being dark, which is I thought Captain Marvel was pretty meh.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the lower tier Marvel films. I put it down there with like your Doctor Strange, your Ant-Man's. It's kind of like, it's alright, but it's pretty forgettable. And large parts of that is the characterization of Carol Danvers is great, the plot, really predictable, but kind of structurally awkward. And then visually, there's just nothing to look at and enjoy. Which then plays into
say meh, but then your description of meh sounds like you fucking hated it.
No, but here's the thing, even a meh Marvel film is still enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like, all the Nick Fury, Carol Danvers stuff, like them kind of buddy copping around for like the second act. Loved that. Because you can't go wrong with Sam Jackson, and you can't go wrong with the wonderful smirk of Brie Larson and the two of them just playing off of each other. But as an overall film, I was just kind of like, eh. Like
it's funny though, the films that you listed as like the bottom tier there are all older. Not older, they're all newer, like intro films, interestingly.
It's along the lines of like your Ant-Man.
But it's not as bad as like Cap 1 and Thor.
I mean,
2.
I would say Cap 1's a better film than this because there's memorable moments to Cap 1. Like with this, if you were to say what is the most memorable moment from Captain Marvel, I would be like, I'm genuinely struggling. Like,
but then is this not a problem with? And we don't want to get too much into the whole MCU thing because we're going to save that for the build up to Endgame.
Yeah.
But is that not a problem with they're not treating these films and they're not treating these films as like, bosh, there's the Captain Marvel film. It's a standalone film, because it's not anymore.
And the people out there are saying, "Oh, this could stand as a standalone film. You could just drop in and watch it." No.
I don't think so either. I definitely think
because there's so much that's
and it feels like it's been made
context.
with everything that's coming afterwards in mind. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
This is the primary problem with the MCU and Marvel Cinematic Universe. Just in case anyone's unaware, I wasn't sure if we said that. And this plays into one of those problems, which is there are Marvel films which are events like your Civil Wars, your Avengers, your Iron Man, your Guardians of the Galaxy. They are kind of game-changing moment films. And then you've got your other ones, which are your Ant-Mans, your Doctor Stranges, your Captain Marvels, where it's like, we need this character to play this role in a later film, so let's give them this film just now. And so literally the whole film is just a setup for something else. And thus the film itself is kind of
lacking in places.
Yeah, because if you look...
I'll give you that, because one of my big takeaways was it definitely feels like, like I said a minute ago, it feels like a film that is designed with Endgame in mind.
Because like, we need Captain Marvel to be an Endgame, so we need to do this film so she can be an Endgame. What is that film? And what
because
they came up with...
we can't dedicate 40 minutes to Endgame explaining who Captain Marvel is and why she's not been kicking around for the last 20, 30 years. Yeah.
So when it came to this...
I find it weird that you didn't... Yeah, I find it weird that you think it's a less memorable Marvel film, though.
I mean, when I think
I thought it was quite heartfelt. Like...
When?
Like, when she's back on... Well, see, we're going to get into spoilers now.
All right, okay.
But I thought it was...
We'll circle back to that.
I thought it was quite a heartfelt... Yeah, quite nice and...
For me, the only emotion I remember feeling during this film was one or two times I laughed. Beyond that, I just had no emotional investment in this film. Which is a shame, because for both Audioboy and I, walking into this film, it's like, we love Brie Larson. She's such a great choice, or I thought she was a great choice for Captain Marvel, but I feel this film lets Brie Larson down and lets the character of Captain Marvel down, because by the end of it, I had no idea who Carol Danvers is, I had no care about who she was, and I had no excitement to see her in the next... The only reason I'm excited to see her in Endgame is because better writers and better directors and more attention is going to be given to her.
But then I think this is partly to do with the edit. Like with my problem with the beginning of the film, I will give you, I think it's been kind of chopped up quite a lot, and I think I kind of get the impression there's a lot of that, what you were looking for, which has been dropped.
Yeah.
I
mean, I'm also of the mind that I'm thinking, like, structurally the film is interesting because it doesn't follow the structure that all the other Marvel origin films have kind of gone for, which is...
Yeah, see, I've seen that a couple of times, and I don't understand why doesn't it? I thought it was pretty formulaic.
It is formulaic, but not the Marvel formula of origin films. Because the other ones, it's like they start with, here's them young, here's the moment, the catalyst moment that makes them the hero, and then here's them discovering who they are and going forward. Which is when you start this film, she's already in space. I mean, I can't remember. I don't know how much I can see plot, but she's already in space.
She's really doing a thing.
Doing the thing. She's already pretty much a powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And then things happen and she just becomes a wee bit more of a powerhouse. And it's like...
It was basically Iron Man.
But I mean, with Iron Man, he wasn't... Iron Man's all about his journey from going from, I make weapons, don't give a fuck about anyone or anything, blah, blah, to, I'm now a superhero.
Yeah,
I need to look at who I am. I'm no longer going to make weapons.
It's fun. Iron Man and Captain Iron Man and Doctor Strange were the same.
Yeah, Doctor Strange.
The same film.
Doctor Strange is literally Iron Man, but with super magical powers.
Yeah, like weirdly similar.
Yeah,
like white guy has an accident, goes to a foreign country.
It's like doesn't care about people. Egocentric,
he's
blah blah blah.
Egocentric, selfish. Goes to a foreign country where he learns to trust and put his trust in someone else.
Yeah,
then gets powers.
And
at some point is betrayed by a trusted. Yeah, it's either lazy or
I mean,
they were like.
The only reason to watch Doctor Strange is for the incredible work by all those visual effects artists
And the ending.
What happens?
The boss fight, like rather than it just being like, right, I'm Doctor Strange, now I'm gonna explode you with magic, like every other Marvel hero does.
I do like that ending.
He's just like,
I mean,
you know what? we're both stuck in
Do you
a
know what's-
time
do you know
loop
what's the-
until you get bored.
Here was the biggest failure
genius.
of fucking Doctor Strange is they wasted Mads Mikkelsen. Why would you waste Mads Mikkelsen with that role? Because he walks up to a place, he doesn't say anything, he waves his hands, and then he walks away from the place. I'm like, oh fuck, why cast Mads Mikkelsen?
That wasn't Mads Mikkelsen, was it? That was Dormammu controlling him, puppeting him.
Shut up.
Well, I'm just saying.
I'm gonna puppet you out that window in a second.
I'm just saying. That's why.
I know, but it's such a waste if it's such a great actor.
Why is it a waste?
Did he die?
No, he went to the negative zone, negative dimension.
Mads Mikkelsen did.
Yeah, you remember at the end when
So he may come back.
he may come back.
Oh yeah,
As a good guy.
to
I don't
play
know.
that fucking really in-depth, nuanced villain that he was.
Yeah, but he wasn't the villain. He was a puppet.
I don't give a fuck.
He was being Hawkeyed.
He was
being Hawkeye.
Yeah, but do you know what they did with Hawkeye? They made him a good character. Why can't they need to do that fucking
That's another one though. Hawkeye's a weird. Like in
trajectory for that character?
you remember in the first Avengers,
Yeah.
he gets his little cameo in Thor, and everyone's like,
Oh my god, it's Hawkeye.
and he does that bit. He does that bit where he reaches for a gun, pauses, and then goes for his bow and arrow. And it's like, I get it. I get watching the film why they did that. It's
Yeah,
a
it's like,
fun little joke.
well done,
but who
Kenneth
did
Branagh.
Hawkeye do that for? In the film, why did Hawkeye be like, nah, who am I? I'm just fucking with myself. Obviously, I'm going for the bow and arrow.
Also, I love it. Then he gets up in the high, which if anyone gets that reference, you're a good, cool person. He gets up in the high.
Is that a Mad Max reference?
Nope. He then
Because it sounds like Mad Max talk.
He then pulls back the bow to shoot the crazy blonde man. Doesn't, and then that's it. And I'm like, wow, solid cameo from.
Does he not almost go? Does he not start a fight with him?
No, he's like Thor is kicking the shit out of all the security guards, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Nah, I'm not going to shoot him. I want to see how this plays out." And then just doesn't shoot him. And I'm like, nothing about what Hawkeye has done in this film makes sense.
Well, my original thing in the Avengers, though, that's all nonsense. Yeah, like that's bizarre. Secondly, in the Avengers, when they're like, Nick, right at the beginning, Fury's like, right, what is this? The Tesseract? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, where the hell's Hawkeye? And he's like, oh,
Yeah,
he's up high. That's where he likes to be, which is fine. I get that.
Sure.
He's an archer. And then the next thing Hawkeye does is be like, oh, you know what? I'm going to come closer because I can't see enough.
I know.
Bloop. And then he gets fucking Loki. Like, good job, Hawkeye. Why is he in the Avengers? What's he doing?
I mean, I think they needed someone for Black Widow to bounce off of because everyone's got their like.
No, sorry. I think you misunderstood my question of not from a film editorial point of view. Why is he in the
I mean, that's
Avengers?
often how I think.
What I meant was, why is he like when you've got Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, when you've got all, and if you follow the canon now, Nick Fury knew at any point he could just fucking send a magic page off to Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Why was he like, the
Spoilers.
I don't
no,
know.
that's fine.
That's Infinity
That
War.
was Infinity War. Why on earth was he like, right, I'm making a team up. Hawkeye, you're in. You're number one, my man.
Do you know what I
What,
think?
like-
It's just because
Felt bad for him.
he was there. Honestly, it's because he gets Loki'd, and then he gets unlokied, and then he's like, well, fuck, I want revenge on Loki for him, Loki and me. And then he just goes, and Black Widow's like, yeah, please come along, because then I don't look like the fucking tiniest, weakest person on the planet. There's now two of us who are the tiniest, weakest people
He's
on the
not
planet.
even good at what he does, though.
He
'Cause-
is.
No.
Do you not remember that thing when he shoots the arrow while looking the other way?
Yeah, do you also remember that exact same scene when he then goes to grab another arrow and he's like, oh shit, I ran out of arrows.
Yeah, but then what does he do?
Not have a fucking second quiver ready, apparently.
Fucking
Have 3 quivers. If you rely on ammo, have as much of that fucking ammo as you possibly
but
can.
then in Age of Ultron, he has like shit tons of arrows. He has like that.
He learned his lesson.
Remember, he's got those arrows that like fold out. Plus, he has one of the best fucking scenes in all of Age of Ultron.
Which scene's that?
It's the one where like Scarlet Witch is like losing her shit. He's like, I can't do this, and he goes, "I'm a guy with a bow and arrow
Oh yeah.
fighting robots and shit. I shouldn't be here. This is nonsense. But if I can get out there and be an Avenger, so can you." And he's like, "I'll."
And I suppose thematically he's meant to be us, the everyman.
Yeah. Plus, he's got a
Oh,
family.
Humanity. I can't remember what we were talking about.
I was saying how memorable moments wise, nothing specifically stands out. Like I can't. If you go like, name a Marvel movie.
Thor 2.
Thor: Dark World. The most memorable moment from Thor: Dark World is when Loki and Thor are on that kind of weird, I don't know, demon planet, like having
Yeah.
great banter, and then Loki dies. Spoilers for Thor: Dark World. Don't
No, At this point, we're past the spoiler bank for any of these films,
That was a joke.
except Captain
Because
Marvel.
no one gives a fuck about Thor Dark World.
What a piece of crap film.
Yeah. I can't believe they then brought it back with Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, but then Thor Ragnarok was so good.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
Oh, right, yeah. What a boomerang.
yeah, to go for like Thor, which is like, Thor Dark World,
Thor's
to, like,
alright.
to then Thor Ragnarok, to like, boom, fucking joyous.
I can't remember if I've said this or not before, but Thor Dark World, Thor 2 felt like an episode of Doctor Who.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like
Like, one of the
other than that one point you have just mentioned, the rest of that film is so camp and ridiculous. Like the when they get the teleporter and they're like, oh, we teleported. It's Kat Dennings kissing the intern. Let's keep doing the teleporter bit. Oh, it's another thing that we're not meant to... Oh, God, we're so...
Here's a fun fact about Thor Dark World for you. Because they filmed that film mostly in the UK, and they
That's
were...
why it's set in London.
Yep, and they wanted to... I mean,
Cheers for helping us out on that, Gavin. I couldn't have guessed.
I'm sorry. Furious 7 is set in London, but filmed in Glasgow. So there you fucking go. Up you, dick nods.
That's Hobbs and Shaw.
No, also Furious 7. Haha! Losers! Fucking, they filmed World War Z in Glasgow, but it was supposed to be in Chicago.
Wait, actually, no, this point isn't... I'm not giving you this, because in Thor 2 Dark World, I'm pretty sure something happens with the fucking Millennium Eye. And
Yeah.
you don't get the Millennium Eye anywhere
Sure.
except London.
But what I'm saying is,
You
you're fucking...
fuck.
You're trying jab me was a shit jab.
How
Anyway,
is it?
Anyway, I'll get back to my really cool, interesting fact, thank you, which is in Thor the Dark World, when the portal opens and you see like a bunch of garbage get pulled into it, in America, it's a normal Coke can, but in the UK version, it's a Vimto can. There you go.
I mean, that, you know what? Yeah, as far as facts go, enjoy that. Why did they do that, though? It's not like Coca-Cola's...
They did the same with Captain America Winter Soldier. When
No, but that one I get more, because if I'd watched that film and Captain America had like a list of very specific American things from the 70s and 80s.
like Knight Rider or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, Knight Rider, fair enough, but like, you know, more specific than that, because the lists are quite... There are a few things in there that are...
certain songs by certain artists.
Yeah,
maybe.
that aren't big here, that were big in America, and vice versa. I get that, but it's not like Coca-Cola isn't the biggest selling drink of the UK.
It should have been a can of Iron Brew.
No, that makes less sense. But what I don't understand is why they changed it. It's a Coke can. It's not like us in the UK would have been like, what the fuck is Coca-Cola? I've never heard of that drink in my entire life.
I drink Coca-Cola every night, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I don't. I'm straight. Gary's mum, I'm straight.
But like, why? Why would they do
I
that?
sounded like I was hitting on your mum there. I wasn't. That was just...
It's okay. She doesn't believe you anyway.
What? Aw.
So there you go.
Cut this.
Yeah, but why change it?
Can you? By the way, we're supposed to be talking about Captain Marvel. By the way,
You just talked about the MCU.
I wanna-
You said you were going to leave that for another podcast.
It's too big.
I know, but we've talked about nonsense parts of the MCU. We haven't got into the minutiae. So let's dance back over to Captain Marvel, which maybe that movie could have done with a dance number, made it more interesting. Is we'll wrap up the spoiler-free section by just giving a quick little yay or nay to people watching it and general thoughts. Go, Gary.
Sorry, what?
Really?
Sorry, wait. Say what? What did you ask me
We'll
to
wrap
do?
up spoiler-free section and then move into spoilers.
Okay, what was I meant
Would
to
you
do?
recommend Captain Marvel?
Oh yeah, go watch it. It's good. It's
Thanks for listening to the podcast, guys.
it's not. Yeah, I'm with you. It's not like top. It's not like Winter Soldier, Civil War,
Avengers,
so, yeah,
Iron Man,
Avengers,
Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume
Guardians.
2, Thor Ragnarok,
Thor
Spider-Man
Ragnarok,
Homecoming.
Homecoming. But I'd say it's there actually. I think I can't think of any other ones I'd be. And here's the thing. So after those ones, it's not like this is a list of one down, right?
Yeah.
One being the best. I
Well,
think
we
it's
should
like
do our-
tiers. You've got like best tier, medium tier, bottom tier.
This is medium tier.
I'd say it's medium tier.
I'd say it's medium tier.
Yeah, like it's. Yeah, you're right. It's enjoyable. I liked it, but it's definitely not. Yeah, you're 100% right. I'm not going to be. Unfortunately, and I really wish I was. I really wish I wasn't saying this. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, like I'm going to stick on Guardians of the Galaxy because that film is dope. I'm going to be like, Captain Marvel's cool. I'll watch it in like eventually because I like to remind myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Every so often you just like to
Yeah,
refresh
I'll
the memory.
rewatch that.
by
I'll
the-
watch it on a brighter screen though because because it was super
I
dark.
never had that problem. I never
Yeah,
thought
see, here's the thing. I don't think it's a problem with the film. I think
the
Cineworld
Yeah.
fuck something.
I mean, for me, the screen had there was like a. Did you notice that scratch that was on like the kind of bottom left quadrant of the screen?
I did.
Yeah, I was like,
That's so infuriating. There's a dead pixel on screen
Adam
3 at
Kovic.
the Cineworld that I go to, and like, get it fixed.
yeah. I mean,
I don't understand how it has a dead pixel though when it's a projection.
but the screen is still a screen.
Yeah, but it's not there when nothing's showing on the screen. It's there
Well,
when
then it's the projector's problem.
is it your
Is
projection?
it a digital projector? It must be a digital
I
projector
don't fucking know, do I? I don't work in the
that's
cinema.
somehow got a dead pixel on it.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying, is what it is, though. It's so annoying.
Do you know something, by the way, I just realised that we should do as an episode, maybe we should do it in the run-up to Endgame, is we should both do our rankings of MCU films and then compare. Because I think those would be very different lists. I mean, we both know what would be at the bottom, right? Right.
Save that for the
Tease.
Thor 2.
Yeah, so for me, Captain
Howard
Marvel.
the Duck.
I'm saying it. No, not at all. Howard the Duck is way up.
Here's interesting.
Howard the Duck's amazing.
Here's an interesting.
I like
little...
the scene where he tries to bang.
No, it's not.
Leah
It's-
Thompson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from.
Also, he shows up in Guardians of the Galaxy in the post-credits scene.
It's a different Howard the Duck, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not George Lucas. Is it George Lucas? Is it Howard the Duck? Yeah, it's not George Lucas's Howard the Duck. It's MCU Howard the Duck.
And it was voiced by Seth Green, I think.
Really?
There you go. But I'll give another wee tease to those rankings. I wouldn't put Thor: Dark World as the bottom. So
What?
yeah, now you've got to think, what film could it be? Anyway, Captain Marvel wise,
Thor: Dark World is
my
such a bad film.
spoiler, it's not great. My spoiler, it's quite awful actually. My spoiler-free wrap-up of Captain Marvel would be, I mean, it's a Marvel film, so you have either already seen it or are planning to see it, so hopefully you enjoy it. But it's middle tier, it's pretty forgettable, and it's not a film. Once we get past all of this nonsense that's happening right now with reviews and people touting it to be this great new kind of venture for Marvel, I think a lot of people just realise it's like, it's nothing really to talk about.
On that note, though, like just on the politics of this film, it's a weird. What is happening is weird.
It's the same thing that happens with any film that like Black Panther's the same, Wonder Woman's the same. This is always going to happen.
Well, yeah, no, but you're saying, oh, this is always going to happen, but you've just named 3 films that have lead characters that are in a minority.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Or like a trodden
It's like
down.
this is going to continue to happen for a while.
It's madness. Why
Yeah.
are people like this, though?
Because
Hey, here's a shout out. If you're one of the people that decided that you didn't want to see Captain Marvel before you'd seen it purely because it was a strong female lead character and that offended you, stop listening to our podcast.
Fuck off and die.
Yeah, I'm saying it now. And if that offends you, good.
don't care.
Don't care. Because who does that? Who?
I don't really get it
mind-boggling.
because it's like there are so many other things to care about in a film being led.
It was the same with going back to Thor. Same with Idris Elba playing Heimdall because people were like, "Oh, he's black." It's like, what?
I mean,
So
there was a casting decision. I remember people being upset about that I didn't get, but I mean that happens all the time. But it's like, yeah, it's the same. Like Captain Marvel, there's now the 2 camps of extremes views, which is you've got the really horrendously negative people who are just like, it's the worst thing to blah blah blah, and clearly they're just like some terrified men who are just like, we can't have. And then you got the other extremes.
female empowerment.
Oh, scary! It's like they might take over.
But what if they get treated the same as me?
But then you've
Fucking
you've also got the other extreme side, which is you have the people trying to counterbalance their extreme negative by being so positive that they're like, this is the greatest Marvel film to ever happen. I hope it makes all of the money because it is the best thing. And I'm just like,
and that you
and I'm
are
like,
right.
back off.
That's the review thing you're talking about. It's now in this weird place of like review limbo where
it's either the best thing ever or the worst,
thing ever. Yeah,
Which
When
I
you're
guess the
right,
case
I
for
think.
pretty much any big blockbuster at this point. It's either the best movie ever made or the worst movie ever made. And sometimes...
Which is what you're like, though. I pulled you up on that a couple of times.
When?
There's been a lot of times when you're just like, oh, that film's a piece of shit. I'm like, do you mean a piece of shit or do you mean it's okay and you weren't too fussed about it? And you're like, oh, yeah, it's okay. And I'm like, well, there are pieces of shit films.
It's Bants, bro. We're Bantsing on here.
No, not when that little vein pops out and you get angry. That's not Bans, Gavin.
I'm sorry, Bohemian Rhapsody is one of the worst fucking films I've ever seen.
No, stop talking about Bohemian Rhapsody. It's gone. It won Oscars.
So did Black Panther. Boy, that didn't deserve it.
Move on, Gavin.
Move on,
Do you know what Black
Why don't you
Panther...
build a bridge and then get over it?
Because I don't have the engineering skills to do so. I went to college for writing. Look how that turned out for me. I'm on a podcast.
You're writing castles with your words.
I mean, if you want to check out those writings, you go to ramblingsofaScotsman.com, where by the time this podcast goes up, my review will soon be up. Or should already be up.
Good plug, buddy.
Later that day.
My review for Captain Marvel will also be up if you want to read some more in-depth thoughts from my nonsense mind.
And
But
on that, I think we should
dive straight into...
go into the... So this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is your spoiler warning.
Philip, sound the klaxon.
Have we got a klaxon sound
sounded.
effect?
I'll think of something.
Use this noise. Aha! There's your klaxon.
There's a klaxon. Good. So that's the spoiler klaxon.
Anytime you hear that noise going forward, that means spoilers are going to happen. So from now on, aha! Spoilers are happening.
That's
and spoil away, Gary. Aha! What was your least favourite and most favourite part of the film?
So the big reveal that the Kree were the bad guys. Bleh.
Didn't-
Come on, obviously.
Do you know what?
So yeah, like as a comic book nerd, the Skrull. So anyone that doesn't
Wait,
know,
you're a comic book nerd?
oh, sorry.
Get out of my flat.
Well, like yeah, to a degree. But as far as the Marvel comics go, the Skrull are pretty much notoriously the bad guys,
Yeah.
and they even have their whole thing called the Secret Invasion, which is fucking
I
stupid.
mean, they're usually in the comics drawn to look very sinister and deceptive.
Yeah. And the Kree aren't much better, but the Skrull are like bad guys. So it was nice to see the Skrulls being painted as like a
Bad boys for life.
they're the what's the word I'm looking for? They're the war torn refugees. Thank you. They're like these war torn refugees, and the Kree are the real bastards of this film. But yeah, like God damn if I didn't see that coming. Like that very first scene where she's having like her memories, and then this shadowy figure walks forward and it turns into a Skrull. I was like, well, that's not going to be. He's not a Skrull.
No.
That's a misremembered memory.
But do you know what's really not great about the handling of that inevitable revelation that Skrull are good and Kree are bad? Is that in the beginning of the film they characterize the Skrulls as bad in dumb ways that don't make sense? Because when she gets to Earth and she's like, oh, I need to hunt down these Skrull. Do that kind of shit, the Skrulls like start attacking her and trying to kill her and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then later in the film they're like, oh, but you're our friend, we want you to help us. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense for what you did earlier in the film. Why are you trying to shoot the bitch? She was just on the phone, and next minute you just...
Actually, that's a good point. Why were they trying to kill her? No, but that's because they thought she was Kree. Actually, no, that does make sense, I guess. Because they thought she was... Up until that point, they... So if you forget that it's Captain Marvel and she's a good guy, as far as the Skrull are concerned, she's Kree, and the Kree are dickheads who are trying to kill the Skrull. So they would be like, let's fucking...
But then what makes Ben Mendelsohn go, oh wait, no, you're a good guy?
They see the memories of Lawson.
Yeah. Lawson being Captain
Because that's the
Marvel.
whole reason they're like trying to
yeah.
get these people anyways, because they want...
The Lightspeed engine.
Yeah.
That's
But they see
inside.
the memories of Lawson and then after that try to shoot her.
Do they?
Yeah, because remember they're on the ship and they see the memories and they keep trying to... They see the badge that says Lawson. Or like, oh, that's Lawson. Then we need
They
to...
don't try to shoot her.
They're just trying to get her back.
detain her.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
literally, she's outside the Blockbuster chatting with Fury, and the guy's
Oh, that guy.
on top of the roof and just takes a fucking shot at her, tries to kill her.
Well, maybe, yeah. Actually, no. Even even after that point, because they don't want the fucking energy shit to get into the wrong hands, so they're just like, right, we'd rather she was dead, because by that point, I think they figure out that she might be the Lightspeed engine. So
How would they figure out she's the Lightspeed engine
I don't
later
fucking know.
on?
Actually, maybe
It's almost like it's not really well written. This film, is it?
yeah, maybe.
Interesting.
Evil
Eh?
for the sake of evil. My other least favorite part was the joke. Who's the bad guy? The top evil Skrull?
That one joke. In the whole film.
No, well, yeah, but I'll explain why. The main evil Skrull that's a good...
I just say Ben Mendelsohn.
Ben Mendelsohn?
Yeah.
Yeah. When he's like, hey, we're not the bad guys, and then he pulls up a little cup and drinks out of his straw.
Have you seen that sort of gone full meme? People are using that now for...
Which is fine, but that's a fucking stolen joke from a far lesser known film called Gentleman Bronco, which stars Sam Rockwell and Tim Allen.
Was it a reference?
No. So, but right, maybe it's not from Gentleman Bronco actually. What film was Sam Rockwell? Galaxy Quest.
I love Galaxy
Here we go.
Quest.
We're going back in time, folks. So Galaxy Quest starring Sam Rockwell and Tim Allen. Apparently...
Hot take, Galaxy Quest, far better than Captain Marvel.
Apparently, and this is you find this out in the Gentleman Bronco, like, behind the scenes. There's a bit with Sam Rockwell just talking, because in that he plays a villain-esque character. And he's talking about how Tim Allen and himself on the set of Galaxy Quest had this ongoing joke that, like, if you drink out of a cup after saying anything evil, it instantly negates it because you can't look evil while you're drinking through a straw from a large, like, milkshake. So he's like, I'm going to fucking kill you, your mum, your dad. Like,
for context, for listeners, that was Gary making the sucking noise of a
I
straw.
was sucking out of a cup. So, I was, I was just kind of like, that's not even your
you'll
joke.
add noises in for him, but you won't add noises in for me?
Yeah, add the noises in. Like... Yeah, like, it I don't know, like, it's such a minor thing, but I was kind of like, I don't think Tim Allen or Sam Rockwell worked in this film, and that's definitely their joke.
I don't know if Tim Allen's still working.
What's he up to?
I mean, he's had a sitcom. I mean,
What happened to did Home Improvement ever finish?
Yes, of course it would.
No, I don't mean...
That's my response to that fucking question. God.
No, I mean, I know
show.
it finished, as in it stopped airing, but, like, did the story come to a satisfying conclusion?
Actually, yes. One of the kids died in a horrific car accident.
Off.
And so they just in like that was the show. Like,
wait, they killed off one of the kids?
Oh yeah. And then Tim Allen was so just broken by it that he took one of his drills and pressed it against his temple.
Off. You're such a shit. Such a dickhead.
And while he's doing it, he's going, ugh, and then he died.
I mean, hey, that's one hell of an ending.
And then Al started fucking his wife.
Yep, that sounds legit.
Yep, that's what happened. That's how the show ended.
That's canon now.
And then, in fact, I missed this part. In between the kid killing himself and Tim Allen pressing the drill against his temple, Dr. Fraser Crane showed up for a wee cameo to try and like help mend his powers.
Remember when Fraser was just in everything back in like the 90s?
Do you mean Kelsey Grammer or Frasier?
Well, yeah, like, I mean, Frasier, like, in pretty much any American sitcom, it was like, you know what, numbers are dwindling, what do we do? Just fucking get Kelsey Grammer in as Frasier, we'll do a special episode.
And you know what I'm going to now reference? The time that the cast of Frasier did a Star Trek Voyager-like thing. That's right, I did a Star Trek reference as always. And I think it was like an award show, and then I got the cast of Frasier to play characters from Star Trek Voyager alongside other characters who were actually in Star Trek Voyager.
Who from Frasier was playing Bones?
No, this is Star Trek Voyager. Bones was in Star Trek, the original series.
Which one's Voyager?
Yeah, you fucking nerd.
Oh, God,
You fucking loser. Imagine not knowing it. Star Trek Voyager is the worst of all Star Trek. It's the one with Captain Catherine Janeway and Tuvok and Neelix.
You would say that because you hate strong, powerful women in lead roles.
No, it's...
Well, we now know who's been giving all those bad reviews to Captain Marvel. Just on a quick one, did you enjoy or not enjoy Captain Marvel again, Gavin?
And I thought it was fine.
It sounds like you didn't enjoy
Thought
it.
it was fine.
They're all coming together
Do
now.
you know what's an interesting thing? Here's another wee hot drop, hot take, hot boy action coming your way. Wonder Woman, better film than Captain Marvel.
No,
There,
I completely disagree with that. Completely disagree with that.
Do you know why? Because Wonder Woman does a better job of establishing, developing, and giving interesting characteristics to Wonder Woman. It also creates a wonderful romance between her and Steve Trevor, and it has a better atmosphere to it, a better style to it, and it's, just kind of, don't get me wrong, Wonder Woman, not a great film. There's a hell of a lot wrong with that film, but compared to Captain Marvel...
My biggest problem with Wonder Woman is that it's not a Wonder Woman film. It is Chris Pine's film.
It's not Chris Pine's film.
It fucking is 100% Chris Pine's film.
It's absolutely not.
It's totally Chris Pine.
I
remember when that film came out, everyone was like, nah, this film's great. Wonder Woman, it's so nice to see an empowered female lead, and she even kisses Chris Pine. Like, she gets the kiss. And I was like, yeah, after Chris Pine kisses her earlier in the fucking movie. So that, like, the film's already fucked that at that point.
The two of them and their relationship during that film is the only saving grace of the entire plot.
I did not.
Could you not say the same thing about Nick Fury in this film?
Well, it's the Nick Fury show.
Yeah, by the way,
Yeah, so
That's
that's basically the film of how he became Nick Fury that we know.
that's a great point, Audio
That's a
Boy.
good point.
Captain Marvel is a better Nick Fury origin film / Nick Fury film than it is a Captain Marvel film. And as always, Samuel L. Jackson steals the fucking show and is the best part about this film.
Yeah, no, you know what? I'm not even going to argue with that because you're both right. Like,
But
I do still, however, I do still think that it's a better Captain Marvel film than Wonder Woman was a Wonder Woman film. Sticking by that one.
I think Wonder Woman was a better Wonder Woman film than Captain Marvel was a Captain Marvel film.
But you're wrong.
That's not fair. Back to Captain Marvel though. Nick Fury has all the funniest moments despite one, which is, what was your thoughts on the goddamn cat joke?
Yeah, I don't know. Everyone enjoyed it, but I thought it was a bit heavy-handed.
I thought it just kept going. And I was
Yeah.
like, please.
Which cat joke?
The cat was a Flurnick, and then it turns out, and Nick Fury's like, no, it's a cat. I love cats.
Look
Oh,
how cute the cat is.
cuckoo."
Such a cute little cat.
And then it turns out to be an actual monster.
But they played that joke for what felt like 49 minutes.
See, I think it's one of, and the fact it kind of turned out to be the alien rather than it being just a joke of the Skrull being like
Scared of cats.
that's
Kind of like,
yeah, like
in Brendan Fraser's The Mummy.
what bit in
I
Brendan
love, how
Fraser's
I,
money?
I love how I said that and you both just looked at me like, please say more.
Yeah, which bit?
That mummies are afraid of cats.
Oh, okay. It's been probably far too long for me to remember that. Actually,
I never forget Brendan Fraser's The Mummy.
That's like three episodes in a row you've commented on the Mummy. Will you stop it?
I watched it a lot as a kid.
It's a good film.
I stand by it.
Look, Audio Boy got that photo
it's
of
a picture of Brendan
Brendan
Fraser
Fraser
eating a
sharing
carrot.
the carrot with
Does
a horse.
that
up
episode ever
again.
go out with him eating the carrot with the horse?
I don't remember.
We definitely talked about it at some point.
Please write in and tell us if we ever put it in an episode where we talk about Brendan Fraser sharing a carrot with a horse.
But yeah, I'm with you. The whole cat thing just kind of kept
going.
And then the payoff kind. I agree. I think the payoff kind of gets ruined. I agree. I said this in the first place. I agree with myself. the payoff kind of gets ruined by the fact that it does turn out to be a monster. I mean, it's shock laugh, but
also the whole Nick Fury losing his eye thing just felt like when it finally happened. I was just like, oh, okay.
I'm on two. Like it's a tricky one. This because it's funny, right? It's now funny, and then somebody sent me a comment. My good man Davey sent me a comment, which is
Hey Davey.
all right, Dave sent me a comment, which
Is
was
it Davey or Dave? Pick one.
Nick Fury quote.
No,
the
Davey-
last time
That's-
I trusted someone, I lost an eye.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what he says it in. Maybe
Winter
Winter Soldier. And it's all super serious.
Yep.
And then you now find out it's because he liked, he's being friendly with a cat.
Do you think it's kind of like?
And I was like, that's funny. That's fucking hilarious. But I'm a bit annoyed that this mystery of the eye has just gone to like this throwaway joke.
Here's what I've realised it is that in the MCU, the Christopher Nolan's DC films exist, and Nick Fury is a massive fan of The Dark Knight, and he loves it every time the Joker changes his story about how he got his scars. So he changes the story every time about how he lost his eye. Boom.
Boom. There you go, I guess.
Do you want to know how I lost my eye?
My dad used to put razor blades in it.
One day my wife came home and she was just sobbing, and so I just wanted her to smile. And so I put a razor blade in my eye.
What's the other one? What's the third one?
Oh, I don't know. Well, in fact, that's it. He just stabs himself in the face with a pencil.
Oh, he stabbed someone else in the face.
I know,
with a
but how
pencil.
great is that scene?
It's a good
Look,
scene.
It's gone.
It's a
I can't wait to listen back to this episode and just hear how shite my Heath Ledger Joker impersonation is.
I mean, can anyone do it well?
I knew a guy at high school that did a pretty decent one, but he died. See, what
That brings the tone down.
What happened was he was in a car accident, and then his dad was so distraught that he put a drill up to his temple and he started drilling.
So you're now just mixing every nonsense thing you said this episode into one.
I'm building a narrative of nonsense. It's a castle of lies.
So, yeah. So best bit of Captain Marvel after all of that.
And I see here's the difficult part. In fact, yeah, I would say the best part about Captain Marvel for me was the time when Fury and Carol Danvers went to that secret Pegasus base and were just kind of like bumbling around jokiness. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you had lasers the whole time and you didn't open the doors for me. You, like, blah, blah, like,
Oh yeah.
that was fun. Like, those two just...
I see. It's the little bits of Captain Marvel that have, like, I agree, have stuck out for me. And this, like, so Fury and Coulson in the car, and then getting the message through, like, Fury, I'm still at the Blockbuster. Oh shit! It's just like, because you kind of forget that the Skrulls can be anyone at that point. Like, and then the when Fury says to the main Skrull, Ben Mendelsohn's Skrull, like we did in no Havana. And then it calls back to that later when he's pretending to be the Kree. And
Plus, he calls
like,
him Nicholas Fury.
Yeah, like all these little. Yeah, I kind of liked all the.
I like that segment.
I liked all
like,
the fake Skrull bits, which I thought were quite nice.
I like the bits when Captain Marvel and Nick Fury meet, go to that base, and then get out of that base. I like that segment. Outside of that, like the Jude Law.
No, but then the heart, like the woman and the child stuff.
That's
was
what
nice.
I want to come back to. As you said earlier, what about the emotional moments of Captain Marvel?
Heartfelt stuff.
The heartfelt stuff, which for me, I was like, well, there wasn't any. So I'm interested to hear from you what you felt were the heartfelt bits of Captain Marvel. So please.
So there was all the stuff with the black woman, best friend
pilot.
Couldn't tell. Yeah, but I couldn't tell if it was meant to be like a romantic thing or not.
Maria Rambo.
It kind of felt like
badass fucking name.
It's a great name. But it kind of felt like this was that, and then like the kid, she's like, "Oh, you know, like I got your jacket," and like just that nice stuff happening in the house, and then like her, you're exactly right. Her and Nick Fury's kind of relationship growing, like it's the closest he's been to any of his superhero toys.
Yeah, because even like in Winter Soldier with Captain America, there's a clear like line of "I'm your boss and you're my
employee." Coulson loves Captain America, but Nick Fury's very much like nah. But because he's so green in this film, and this is the first super person they've had contact with.
I get that,
like him singing in the kitchen, the Postman song.
Yeah,
that was just so nice.
That's because I like hearing Samuel L. Jackson sing. So
I mean that was also very nice.
I mean, once again, this is just
treat.
This is the Samuel L. Jackson show. You put him in a film, and he's going to steal the show. What did you think of the de-aging stuff they did with Coulson and Fury?
Coulson's was a bit uncanny valley. Nick Fury's pretty fucking good though.
Yeah, I was like,
Nick Fury's was really good.
When
actually.
he first appeared on screen, I was like, oh yeah, the young thing, and I never thought about it again.
Yeah,
but with Coulson, every single time I saw him, I was like, yep, that's definitely CGI on his face.
Yeah, like it's like they glistened up his eyes. Coulson.
But it felt, Audio Boy was saying the hairline was also a factor as well.
Was it?
The hair and stuff. I mean, it was nice to see him again because we all love that character from the Avengers.
Yeah, it'd be weird to think that his hairline didn't move in 25 years or something.
It's been 25. Oh wait, no, yeah, 25 years in
look at
film time.
Just look at our
years. I don't know maths.
Our pal Ross's hairline. That's been retreating on a fucking daily basis to the point where the skin in his head's now fucking going back.
Shout out to Ross.
Hi, Ross.
Also, my friend Dave is going bald, so.
But again, please answer this fucking question. Is it Dave or Davey?
It's Dave.
But you said Davey earlier.
My boy Davey.
So is it Dave or Davey?
It's Dave.
I hate you so much.
Your boy Michael.
Oh yeah, get hit the mic, you big bloody klutz.
Dab. Dab. Your boy Michael.
So, for those listening at home, Gary is continually dabbing.
Dabbing them hoes. I was going to say, so overall...
What are we...
I stopped paying attention for 5 minutes and you guys have fucking lost the plot.
Captain Marvel.
When it comes to the characterization and handling of Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers over the course of the film, what was the end result for you with that?
Again, I'm more interested in seeing how she reacts in Endgame than I was by the end. And like, you know what, the best bit of that entire film actually was, and again, we're in the spoiler part, but major spoilers if you've decided to listen through the spoilery part of the film, major spoilers here.
Aha!
The Avengers bit at the after credits scene.
Post-credit scene, yeah.
That was like I was more excited when that happened than I kind of was.
Because we just want Endgame at this point.
Oh, exactly. And it's a shame that Captain Marvel kind of got put in front of Endgame because, and it's the same. I think we mentioned this in the sci-fi episode way back when. Like, even the fact that Star Wars 9 is coming out this year is eclipsed. Like, so much is being eclipsed by the fact that Endgame is coming out in another 2-3 months.
Next month. April.
Is it next month?
Yeah.
Ah!
And then Far From Home is August or something.
Also excited for that, but it's, again,
That's amazing.
eclipsed by Endgame.
Yeah. We just won Endgame. I can't wait until we get to the episode where we just the lead up to it, and then the episode after it when we get to talk about it. Oh, there's going to be some good episodes.
I just want to, like, yeah, and it's a shame that the whole film, the best bit of it was that.
Because, yeah, the big finale where she goes full uninhibited Captain Marvel.
Yeah, and she's got a, like, she's flying through space.
She's got the costume looks great.
Yeah.
I was still like, I just don't care. And then when she flew,
I cared at that point.
when she flew through that entire ship like it didn't exist, I was like, I care even less about this character now because she is so OP that there's nothing that can threaten her.
Yeah,
It's
but
like-
that's the point. She's meant to be super powerful.
Yeah, but I get, but that gives the character no stakes.
Yeah, but all
There's
right.
no consequence
Look
for
at
her.
any Superman story ever.
Yeah, but do you know what grounds Superman? The characters around him who you care about. Captain Marvel doesn't have that.
Yeah, she does. She loves Nick Fury. Like, they're best buds.
Okay.
That's why she comes
But
back.
currently Nick
That's
Fury...
why she comes back at the end of Captain Marvel, and she's not like, why the fuck half the population gone? Why is half the population of the entire universe gone? She's just like, yo, where the fuck's Nick Fury?
But guess who's probably... currently Nick Fury's dead, and then inevitably will have to come back from the dead because he's dead currently, and then he might just die. I don't know, he might die again after that. But it's still like, right now, there is nothing to ground her in a place where I care about her.
Maria Rambeau and that kid.
I don't give two fucks about them. Why?
Well, just because you don't give two fucks about them doesn't mean Captain Marvel
But the film
doesn't.
doesn't give you reason to care about them.
Yeah,
They
because
are-
they're like fun and they rip into Nick Fury all the time.
So?
Well, like they're cool people. They're just like having a good time.
You sound like a guy in the beach right now. They're just, they're cool people, man. Like,
I'd hang out with Captain Marvel and Maria Rambeau, and like their relationship is what mine and Audio Boy's relationship is with you.
Wait, who am I in this thing?
You're Nick Fury. You're the one getting
At
all
least
crabby.
people questioning if it's romantic or not.
I'll fully take being Nick Fury because you know what that means. Used to irrelevant. Me fucking Nick Fury, the one everyone cares about. Boom, got you, loser.
Yeah, but people don't care about Nick Fury.
Yes, they fucking do. People love Nick because Samuel L. Jackson makes that character and people love him.
Captain Marvel, good film.
Captain Marvel, okay film.
But they had to bring her in because she's
Yeah,
powerful
I
enough
mean,
to.
yeah,
and like what you were saying about the whole, she's too powerful, because she's got to beat Thanos up.
Yes, I know, but that means that the character is someone I will never have any emotional investment in because
Like Superman. I don't understand why Superman gets a free pass on this when Captain Marvel's doing the exact same thing that Superman does.
I've given you two reasons. Oh, no, sorry, I've given you one reason. I'll give you a second reason. So one reason is they put characters around him you care about that ground him.
Who do you care about in the Superman films that aren't Superman?
Well, if they're done well, like the original Christopher Reeves ones, you care about Lois Lane.
No, do you?
Yeah, because the Lois Lane in the Christopher Reeves films is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
She might even be a better character than Clark Kent in the first Chris.
The Superman, the Superman films are fucking dumb. They ruined Superman.
Well, yeah, I know.
And then Superman 2, when he reverses
No,
time
it's the first one. No,
to
it's
save Lois Lane.
I think it's the first one. He reverses time.
To save Lois Lane.
Yeah, because she's
But-
being crushed by a landslide.
Yeah, but presumably that means that he just fucking fucks off whatever was like the thousands of people that were getting killed.
Aye, because the second one's Zod.
So yeah,
Yeah,
there you
'cause
go.
let's not forget in the second Superman film, he takes his S off and throws it like it's a net. Remember that?
That's
it's
the thing.
It's fucking weird.
That's the thing.
Oh yeah, but it's a thing for that movie because the plot needed it to happen.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
I'm not going to defend the Superman films all the way.
I'm just saying.
I just say. I mean,
I feel like you're angry at Captain Marvel
I'm not
because
angry. There's
I
no
feel like you're
anger.
angry at Captain Marvel
I am
because
not
she's
angry.
too powerful.
I'm not angry,
And
but
yet now you're saying I love Superman. I want more Superman
Typical
films.
Gavin, eh? He
Typical Gavin.
feels threatened by a
I mean,
powerful woman.
I mean-
Yeah, Gavin, you incel.
Please stop building this narrative about me. I mean, I'm the last person to give two shits about Superman because I'm a Batman boy, and I'm not angry about.
That's another strong male lead.
Wonder Woman's better than any of the DC films that came out.
Basically the Chris Pine film. So there you go. That's the third one.
I mean, I'd watch anything Chris Pine does because. Ever seen Hell or High Water? Man, fucking nails that role. I'm not angry about the power of Captain Marvel. It just means I don't care about her. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I didn't understand in Captain Marvel? At the end when she's like...
Most of the film.
No, well, especially though, when she's like, right, Jude Law, you're in that little pod. I'm sending you back to the Kree homeworld. And he's like, please don't. If they send me back with nothing, they'll kill me. And she's like, well, that's what you get. Bosh. Puts the lid down, kicks it, or like blasts it off into space, yeah?
Yeah.
Doesn't incapacitate Jude Law whatsoever, nor break any of the machinery and set, like, you know, he doesn't like set up like, oh, it's on course. Just, there you go. Why would Jude Law's Kree character not just be like, I'm just going to fucking steer this
Maybe that's what happens.
elsewhere?
Maybe that's what they're trying to do. They're doing that on purpose.
Maybe he's going to show up in
Stupid.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which will come out in 2027 when they finally find a director for it.
It's going to be good. What's the Supreme Intelligence as well? That's going to be interesting.
I would still
That's
want to
gonna
know
come
what Jude Law saw when he went in to see the Supreme Intelligence.
Power.
I see pride. I see power. I see a badass mother who don't take no crap from nobody.
That's it. What?
Direct quote from Howard the Duck.
Here's a point that Philip or Audio Boy brought up, was that Annette Bening was wasted in that film.
Who's Annette Bening?
She plays the
Supreme Intelligence. One of the greatest actresses of our time.
also the
Captain Marvel.
the maker of the engine.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
Yeah, I liked her. I wanted to see more of that person.
you liked her,
What?
the character.
What, the evil character? Yeah, I was on board with them. No, I just mean I liked, like,
Oh,
that
the
was a good
actress.
bit of the film.
What bit was good?
Just watching them be and do their evil scheming things, and then
What are you talking about? I feel like I say that in nearly every podcast. To you.
I'm talking about the Captain, the Supreme Intelligence. As
So the two scenes in which she goes into the makeup.
the Supreme Intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about that? You're like, I want more of this.
Yeah.
Remember the second time when they go in and fucking Come As You May by Nirvana's playing? You're like, well, this doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever.
Why did it make sense?
But, well, okay. Let's go for it.
It was Carol Danvers' subconscious.
One, tonally, didn't work.
Yeah, it did.
No, it didn't.
Why didn't it?
Because it just sounded... It was so off from what... We just had this, like, dramatic, like, bad guys have captured everyone.
It was her subconscious. That was her subconscious, like,
Would you have a bit of patience with
boiling up to the
I make my
surface,
points that crush you.
showing that she was from Earth.
Yeah, but it
Listen
doesn't...
to music back in the day.
Yeah, but sure. But she's, like, everyone's losing. She's handcuffed up, like, surrounded by a bunch of bad guys. And she's thinking, do you know what I'm thinking about right now? Come As You Are by fucking Nirvana.
Also, if she left Earth in 1989,
This was going to be my second point. Yes, go, Audio Boy,
that
go.
song didn't exist.
When did the song get released?
That song came out after 1991 at the very least, when Nirvana first appeared on the scene.
All right, jeez.
Also,
fuck.
that album didn't exist on vinyl at that time either. Boom.
Did it not?
Yeah.
Sorry. Apologies. Apologies that Captain Marvel's limitless subconscious, which can be quite literally fucking anything. Do you know what I dreamt about last night?
Oh, God, I dread to think
Marshmallow sandwich.
I'm on board
Do
with
I
it.
like marshmallows? No. Why would I dream about
Is
that?
that like, are we talking like a s'more marshmallow sandwich? Or
No,
like
here's...
two bits of bread?
What? No. Like, here's a marshmallow. Here's a marshmallow.
Oh, yeah, because the audio listeners can really see this.
Yeah, I was...
Do you see a camera in front of you? No.
I was the filling in the... No, I'm showing you guys. I was the filling
I
in
know,
the
but we're
marshmallow
doing a
sandwich.
podcast.
Gary has got two pillows and was squeezing them against his
Yeah,
head.
marshmallow sandwich.
I take it those were the marshmallows.
They were the...
And you...
Who
I
do you
wasn't...
think these
What's the
were?
filling? Isn't like... When
I'm
you say
the
like
filling. I was the filling of the marshmallow sandwich.
ham sandwich, the filling is ham.
Think of it like a wagon
A
wheel.
marshmalle sandwich.
Think of it like
it's
a reverse,
right, it's,
like
it's
a
fair to
reverse
assume
wagon
Yeah,
wheel. A
that the
reverse
marshmallow
wagon,
is the filling.
I'm with you, Audio Boy.
a reverse wagon wheel. It was a dream. I wasn't dreaming about regular things.
You're
like
you're a fucking nightmare to be
If
with.
I had a fucking,
Don't
if
throw
I
a
had a
pillow
dream,
at me.
Will you shut up? If I had a dream
Oh,
about
it's really
fucking,
bad when people talk over your points, isn't it?
if I
Welcome
had a
to my
dream
world.
about that song
Stop
being on
throwing my-
fucking vinyl,
Stop throwing
then you
my-
can't say shit because it's my dream.
But you can't make up something that then becomes real.
What are you talking? When did it become real?
The song didn't exist, and then she imagined the
Maybe
song
she fucking heard it on the radio in her 3 days being back on Earth.
and thought, do you know what? That's a banger tune. I'm going to use that as my fight song.
Maybe.
Oh, no, actually, she uses Gwen Stefani, no doubt.
Yeah.
That was. You mustn't have liked that song choice.
I liked it.
What?
What? It was a fine film.
It was so on.
You know what's happening right now? Actually, do you know what's happening?
You're hungry and you.
No.
You're
What's
getting
happening is, I came in, and what always normally happens is we start talking about film, and then you start shitting on it.
I'm not shitting on it.
You start shitting on it, and then my brain is like, oh yeah, shitty film, and I get all caught up in your negative energy. And now I'm fucking telling you, it was a good film. I enjoyed it, and I'm out. I'm breaking free. You're like the Kree. I'm Carol Danvers. Watch me fucking bursting out.
I'm just thinking, by no doubt.
That film was good.
God, it was so on the nose. It just made me want to.
Yeah, but it was fun. It's a fun film. It's a kids' film with a strong female lead.
Do you know what I needed after at least an hour and 50 minutes of being shown this really strong female character was for then a song to tell me she's a strong female character. That's what I needed. She's just a girl and she's fighting it. It's like, fuck off. I get it.
You get it because you're a fucking pretentious film watching wank and you get all these hidden messages.
You have to be literally a rock to not understand what that film is trying to do. To then need.
Yeah, but why do you care?
Because you can be better than that. They can be better.
In the same, and this goes for the Ghostbusters reboot.
I never saw it.
I saw it, and I think I've shouted it before, and it's not great. But that film was not intended for me. That Ghostbusters reboot was not a film for Gary Copeland, age 25 at the time, however fucking old it was. That was a film made for little girls to show them, you know what? You can here's a film for you guys. Here is a film for you kids where a bunch of women are doing shit rather than just being being the love interest or being trapped to be saved.
Yeah, but I also want to make the point of these films that are like, yeah, female empowerment, or yeah, like it's showing diversity, like Black Panther or stuff like that. I'm like, yes, they are. But why do we give these films like Captain Marvel, which are kind of okay, all of the praise and attention when we should be maybe, because then that's just going to...
We don't.
Are you insane?
I don't understand why we are.
The online reactions to Captain Marvel are like, it's the new coming of God and it's this great masterpiece.
But as we've spoken about, that is because of... that's because of the negative review bombing that it's been subjected to.
But
Whereas
now,
what we're talking about, me and you,
swung the entire to the
Gavin
other side.
and Gary chatting Captain Marvel, Audio Boy chiming in. I think it was a good film.
And I
don't think it's the best Marvel film. But it's a good, enjoyable film.
I think it's okay.
But you say that now, but you don't say that with your words. What you say with your words is, I hate this film.
I didn't hate the film. I walked into that film.
Your eyes say that too.
Your eyes do.
You can't see my eyes; they're closed. I do every podcast with my eyes always closed. I never look at anyone or hear everything. Actually, I walked into that film.
I hear everything.
I walked into that film, be like, "Oh, I'm looking forward to this." I watched it. I laughed a couple of times. I went, that's interesting," and then I left the film, and then that was it. I was like, okay, that was another middle Marvel movie experience.
But yeah,
but like I said near the beginning,
it's not like a bad movie.
Like I said near the beginning of this podcast, even bad Marvel movies are still enjoyable. There's still elements. Like I said, the whole middle section between Fury and Captain Marvel wandering around, kind of being like a buddy cop kind of film. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed the film. I've made my mind up now. I'm off Team Gav.
Yeah,
Team Gav's a sinking ship.
I'm not looking you to get on Team Gav. I just think it's an okay film.
Yeah. Should we wrap?
No. Yes.
I feel better. I feel better now that I've broken free from your dark grasp.
I don't have a dark grasp.
You're like Skeletor, and I'm He-Man.
I like the idea of being Skeletor. You're not fucking He-Man.
I'm He-Man.
Audio Boy's He-Man. You're the fucking tiger he rides in on.
No, if anyone, I want to be Snarf.
Sure. Snarf. They're doing a He-Man, doing a Masters of the Universe film.
Yeah, they are.
Next year.
Oh shit! No, I want to be Beastmaster. But that makes me bad. Sorry, Philip. I'm jumping ship.
That's okay.
Okay, that was us. That was Captain Marvel. We are
the Meandering Movie Podcast.
We are the Meandering Movie Podcast.
We did some meandering.
I'm Gary.
What was my name? Big, sweetie, delicious Starburst Gavin?
Stay Puft Marshmallow Gavin. Basically.
Look for us.
A lot of marshmallows in this episode.
No, just once, and it's you and your stupid dream that no one cared about. Anyway,
I cared about
look for us on Twitter at Meandering Pod, Facebook, Meandering Movie Podcast, or Facebook.com/Meandering Movie Podcast, Instagram.com/Meandering Movie Podcast. Email us, meanderingmoviepodcast@gmail.com, and leave a review on iTunes.
We actually have reviews.
Do we actually have reviews?
We've got reviews.
You didn't tell me about this.
No, I know. I'm saving it for now. Where are we?
How many do we have?
We got a few.
Oh, I don't. I'm really bad at this whole keeping tabs, and I guess
right.
I'm
thank you very much to Vazavi.
Vazavi,
Great
thank you,
podcast.
Vazavi.
Love people just talking honestly about film. Love that you guys disagree about most things. That's fair.
Wait, well, we've never disagreed about
Very
anything.
funny and interesting. Genuinely fascinating to hear what guys think about females in film. V. Well, Vazavi, thank you very much for listening.
Thank you,
You're our
Vazavi.
first shout
You'll
out.
find this one interesting, won't you?
Yeah, first shout out. And yeah, thanks for listening very much. Anyone else, if you've got any topics you'd like us to cover, as always, please send them in and we'll make sure and get round to them eventually.
We'll also read out your reviews.
And we'll also read out reviews. Thanks for listening, guys. I've been Gary.
I've been big, sweetie, deliciousness, Gavin. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
It's Meandering Movies. It's Meandering Movies. It's Meandering Movies. So